You are sleeping next to a stranger. That is the scariest feeling in the world. You look at her, the woman you have known for 10 years, 15 years, maybe 20. You know how she takes her coffee. You know that little sound she makes when she is asleep. But suddenly, when she looks at you, her eyes are dead. It is like looking at a shark. There is no warmth. There is no love. She tells you she is confused. She tells you she hasn't been happy for a long time. She tells you that you never really understood her. And you stand there, frozen, thinking you are going crazy because just last month you were planning a vacation together. You're asking yourself, who is this person? Brothers, you are not crazy. You are dealing with something called the affair fog. It is a mental state that turns a good wife into a cold, heartless enemy. It is a fantasy world she has built to justify doing the worst thing possible to you. Today, we are going to walk through this fog together so you can see the truth. Brothers, my ex said I can never grow this channel to 2,000 men in a single month. I need you to help prove her wrong. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and leave a comment right now. Let's get real about what is happening in her brain. When a woman enters an affair, she isn't just cheating. It isn't just about sex. It is about a chemical high. Scientists call it limerence, but we're just going to call it the fog. It is exactly like being addicted to a drug. When she is with the new guy, her brain is flooding with dopamine. She feels young again. She feels sexy. She feels alive. But there is a problem. She has a husband. She has a family. She has a life she built with you. To keep that high going, she has to destroy the reality of her life with you. She cannot be the bad guy in her own story. Nobody wants to be the villain. So to make herself feel okay about cheating, she has to paint you as the monster. This is where the rewrite happens. You'll notice she starts rewriting history. She will say things like, "We never really had a connection," or "I felt alone in this marriage for 5 years." You know that is a lie. You have photos of her smiling. You have birthday cards where she wrote that you were her soulmate. But right now, in the fog, she truly believes her own lies. She has to believe them. If she admits you're a good man, then she is a bad woman. So she creates a version of you that is terrible, boring, and controlling, just to justify why she is chasing a fantasy. Let me tell you a story about a man named Gary. Gary is what happens when you don't understand the fog. Gary was a good man, a soft-hearted man. When his wife started acting cold, pulling away, and hiding her phone, Gary panicked. He felt her slipping away. She told him, "I just need space. I feel suffocated." Gary didn't give her space. He tried to fix it. He bought her expensive gifts. He wrote her long love letters telling her how much she meant to him. He cleaned the whole house. He cooked dinner every night. She looked at him with total disgust. Why? Because in her mind, she is a princess in a fairy tale with her new lover, and Gary is the annoying dad telling her to do her homework. Every time Gary begged, he looked weak. Every time he cried, she lost more respect for him. She was deep in the fog, believing her affair partner was her twin flame. Gary tried to reason with her. He said, "But honey, remember our trip to Mexico? Remember how happy we were?" She looked him dead in the eye and said, "I was faking it. I was never happy." That broke Gary. He fell apart. He started drinking. He lost his job because he couldn't focus. Eventually, she left him for the other guy. Gary lost because he tried to use logic to fight an emotion. You cannot reason with a drunk person, and you cannot reason with a woman in the affair fog. She isn't operating on logic. She is operating on feelings. And right now her feelings are telling her that the new guy is a god, and you are the devil holding her back. Gary played the pick me game. He danced around trying to get her to pick him, and all it did was make her run faster to the other guy. We have to understand that the fog makes her blind. She doesn't see the new guy for who he is. The new guy could be a broke loser with no job and a bad temper. But in the fog, she sees a rugged, misunderstood hero. She doesn't see his dirty laundry. She doesn't see him snoring or leaving the toilet seat up. She only sees the best version of him. Because it's a fantasy. It's not real life. Real life is bills, kids, and taking out the trash. The affair is dinners, hotels, and secrets. Of course the affair feels better. It's a vacation from reality. But vacations always end. Brothers, my ex said I can never grow this channel to 2,000 men in a single month. I need you to help prove her wrong. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and leave a comment right now. Now let's look at a man who handled it differently. Let's talk about Thomas. Thomas is a winner. Thomas saw the signs. His wife started dressing differently, guarding her phone and staying late at work. Then came the speech. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. This is the classic line from the affair fog script. It means, I care about you like a brother, but I want to sleep with the other guy. Thomas didn't beg. He didn't cry. He didn't ask why he wasn't good enough. He understood that she was in a fantasy land. He knew that if he tried to pull her back, she would only pull away harder. So Thomas did the hardest thing a man can do. He let go of the rope.
He looked at her and said, I want a wife who loves me and wants to be here. If that is not you, then you are free to go. But you cannot stay here and live a double life. He didn't yell. He was calm. He was like a stone. He started focusing entirely on himself. He went to the gym. He reconnected with his old friends. He started a side business he had been dreaming about. He stopped doing things for her. He stopped doing her laundry. He stopped cooking for her. He treated her like a roommate he was polite to, but not interested in. This confused her. The fog relies on you being the bad guy or the needy guy. When Thomas became the strong, independent guy, it messed up her story. She expected him to chase her. When he didn't, she started to wonder why. She started to look at him and see the man she used to love. Meanwhile, the affair partner started getting annoying. Since Thomas wasn't fighting for her, the drama was gone. Without the drama, the affair got boring. The new guy started demanding more of her time. He started showing his true colors. One evening, she came to Thomas crying. The fog was lifting. She realized she was throwing away a king for a joker. She said she made a mistake. Thomas didn't take her back immediately. He made her work for it. He kept his dignity. Thomas won because he refused to play a game where the rules were rigged against him. He forced her to face the consequences of her fantasy. You see, the fog only survives in the dark. It survives on secrets and lies. When you shine the light of reality on it, it starts to burn away. When you show her that you are willing to lose her, you become valuable again. Human beings want what they can't have. When you are begging, she knows she has you in her pocket. When you turn your back and walk away, suddenly you are the prize she is losing. But there is a third side to this. We have to talk about the fence sitter. This is the story of Chris. This happens when the fog lifts, but the damage is done. Chris's wife had an affair that lasted 6 months. She treated him like garbage. She gaslighted him. That means she made him think he was crazy for suspecting anything. Finally, the other guy dumped her. The fantasy popped like a balloon. She came crashing down to earth. She came back to Chris crying, begging for forgiveness. She said she don't know what came over me. It was like I was possessed. And in a way, she was. She was possessed by the chemicals in her brain. But Chris looked at her and he felt nothing. The trust was gone. The image of her with another man was burned into his mind. Chris decided to try and make it work for the kids, but he realized something important. The woman who came back was not the woman he married. The fog had changed her. She had broken the sacred bond. Even though she was back, she was still looking out the window sometimes, missing the high of the drug. Chris eventually realized he deserved better than being the safety net. He deserved to be someone's first choice, not the backup plan when the affair didn't work out. Chris left. And here's the victory in that story. Chris found a woman 2 years later who looked at him with total adoration. He realized that trying to fix a broken plate with glue still leaves you with a broken plate. Sometimes the fog lifts and you realize you don't want to be in that house anymore. And that is okay. You are allowed to choose your own peace. So, how do you know if she is in the fog? Watch her actions, not her words. Her words are lies right now. She will say she is confused. She is not confused. She is cake eating. She wants to have her cake, the stability you provide, and eat it too, the excitement of the new guy. She will become very protective of her privacy. She will change her passwords. She will start picking fights with you over nothing. You could breathe too loud and she will start an argument. Why? Because she needs an excuse to storm out of the house and go call him. She needs to be angry at you so she doesn't feel guilty. It is painful. It cuts deep. It feels like a betrayal of your soul, but you must remain calm. If you explode, if you get violent, if you cry and beg, you are feeding the fog. You are giving her exactly what she needs to make you the villain. You have to be a ghost. You have to be unshakable. You need to understand that this alien in your house is not permanent. One day, she will wake up. She will look in the mirror and see that she destroyed a good family for a cheap thrill. The guilt will hit her like a freight train. But by then, you will be strong. You will be rebuilt. You will have moved on either with a stronger version of your marriage or with a new life that is peaceful and honest. Do not let the fog consume you too. Do not let her rewrite your history. You know you were a good husband. You know you tried. Do not accept the blame for her choices. If she crashed the car, it is not the road's fault. It is the driver's fault. She is driving the car. She made the choice. Focus on your mission. Focus on your money. Focus on your body. Let her play her silly games in the mud while you climb the mountain. When she looks up from the mud, she will see you at the top, and she will realize what she lost. But you won't be looking down. You will be looking at the horizon. Now, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to be honest in the comments. This helps other men see they're not alone. Here is the question. When she started pulling away, what was the most ridiculous excuse she gave you for why she was unhappy? Did she blame your job? Did she blame the house? Did she blame the way you chew your food? Drop a comment below and tell me the craziest history rewrite she tried to pull on you. Let's talk about it. Stay strong, brothers.